Stop Third Runway Heathrow campaign, and was one of the Heathrow 13 that were threatened with jail by the government, really, for their opposition to Heathrow. Fortunately, were able to walk away free as a result of their bravery and the support of the movement. So Sheila is going to talk a little bit about Heathrow, but also how we can support migrants as part of our climate campaigns. Sheila.
I wrote this morning. Who would have thought that in 2017 thousands of people would be taking to the streets to march to protect the integrity of our scientific knowledge? But last week that is exactly what happened. And today thousands of people are marching to say we need to take action on climate change, and that need is ever more urgent. We know that Trump's position on climate change is no secret, and it's incredibly damaging to the global struggle to combat the impacts of climate change. But let's not be fooled into thinking that May's position is much better. She's clearly shown that her priorities are to protect the interests and the profits of big business and the interests of the rich and the 1%. Than it is to protect the interests of the greater population of the UK and safeguard the future of humanity. And let's not fall into the trap of thinking that the only way we can take action on climate change is by talking about carbon emissions, global temperature increase, or even the reduction of our suicidal dependency on fossil fuels. As if climate change was this thing that is going to happen in the future. Climate change is a crisis that is happening now. We are just the privileged minority of the world who won't ever feel the harshest impacts of climate change. The harsh reality is that climate change is already causing hundreds of thousands of deaths all over the world, mostly people in the global south, and mostly people of colour, the world's global majority. Sea levels are rising, island states are disappearing, agricultural land is drying up, crops are failing, causing conflict over scarce resources, causing forced migration, which we're seeing played out and being fed into the growing refugee crisis that is impacting us even here. Let's not forget that climate change is a crisis of inequalities. So wherever there is any kind of social injustice anywhere in the world, climate change will only exacerbate those social injustices, even here in the UK. So all marginalised groups everywhere will feel the impact of climate change even more. And let's make sure that we also use our global privilege to take actions of real solidarity, not tokenistic solidarity, but real solidarity with marginalised groups and campaigns and with the indigenous communities all over the world who are standing up now to the perpetual colonialist policies and business practices that are a major part of the systemic root causes of climate change. And in 5 weeks' time, when we all go to the polls, let's make sure that for the sake of humanity and people all over the world, that June is most definitely the end of May.